Hello everyone. In this guide, we will look at a healing Alacrity Mechanist build that is very good for open world and group content. And it is also very easy to use while providing a lot of passive heals and a lot of boons. We're using Harrier armor with monk runes and Harrier mace and shield. The sigils on them are transference and concentration. And we are using a full set of minstrel trinkets. You can also reverse the order if you want. So you can have, for example, Harrier trinkets with minstrel armor. And the relic we will use is also Relic of the Monk. You can buy the monk runes from dungeons through this vendor, Dungeon Merchant, which you will find south of the Fort Mariner waypoint in Lion's Arch. When you talk to this vendor, just go to Armor, and then you will choose Ascalonian Catacombs, and then you will go to the second tab from here, and this is where you'll find monk runes. For the food, we will use delicious rice balls, and for the oils, we will use bountiful maintenance oil, or if it was too expensive, you can craft it yourself if you have a huntsman that is at least level 450, and it will be much cheaper. If you plan to use this build in raids, minstrel trinkets can be a bit of a problem. If that's the case, I would recommend getting a couple of Harrier trinkets as an extra to swap them out if you will have more toughness than the tank. For the traits, we have Alchemy, 3, 2, 3, and then Inventions, 1, 2, 3, and Mechanist 2, 2, 2. For the utility skills, we have pretty much all signets, Healing Signet, and then we have Shift and Barrier Signets. The Elite is also a signet, the Overclock one, and then we have Elixir Gun. This build will apply a lot of Barrier and passive heals. Barrier will come from Mace 2, Barrier Signet, and the F3 skill from the mech. And then also from this trait, the mech will keep applying Barrier every few seconds. The passive heal you will do will come mainly from two sources, Compounding Chemicals, which will give you heal for the wounds you will apply, and is a Healing Signet. You will also be applying a lot of regeneration with skill number 2 on Mace, and because of the Grandmaster Medical Dispersion field, this is going to be transferred to your party as well. So with the amount of barrier and passive heals you will provide for your party, you should be able to keep them alive without any issues. As for the boons, we will apply regeneration, vigor, and of course also the barrier from Mace 2, and then we will apply protection from our 2 shield skills 4 and 5. F2 skill on the mech will apply ages, stability, protection, and alacrity. F3 will apply might and fury. And from the adapt trait, your mech will constantly apply might to the party, so you will be able to generate a lot of might for them. On top of that, as you apply barrier, which you will do very often, you will apply alacrity to your party, and because of all of that, you will apply a lot of boons constantly to your party. And especially alacrity, you will be able to keep it up 100% of the time. And so now, let's talk about how to use that build. First, you want to set your mech skills on auto attack to make it easy for you. You can do that with Control right click. When you see an arrow icon around the skills like this, it means the mech will use them whenever they are available. Next, you will want to spam your skill number 2 on Mace whenever it's available, and also your Shield 4 and Shield 5. But keep in mind that the shield skills will have a long channel time. So if you found that annoying, you can cancel the channel by just using any other skill, like your auto attack for example. And you will use your barrier signet the same way you will use your F3, only when your mech is going to be close by, because otherwise you will not benefit from the barrier. And that's pretty much it. This is what you will keep doing all the time. Elixir Gun is there for emergencies. And from here, we get skill number 5, Super Elixir, which is very good for heals and cleanses. You also get skill number 3, Fumigate, which will remove conditions as it sprays. But keep in mind that the cleanses will only apply to other allies, not you. And also be very careful not to use skill number 4 because it will leap you backwards. If your mech ever died in combat, you will use your elite skill to re-summon them. And if you needed extra heals and the Elixir Gun was not enough with Super Elixir, in that case you will use the Healing Signet. This will only heal you, but it will also indirectly heal your allies because of Medical Dispersion field, and it will count as a big heal. Try to always leave Shift Signet on passive and don't use it, but it can be very useful as a stun break or an extra cleanse for yourself if needed. You will also find in some situations the mech is stuck up on a ledge for example or something, and they will not be able to come down to you. In that case, you can use Shift Signet to re-summon them to your location immediately. For CCs and Breaking Bar, skill number 3 will be very good, and also Shield 4 and Shield 5 are both very good CC skills. However, if you will use them, you need to use the skill twice. So I will use Shield 4 once now, and then I'll use it again, and this is going to break bar. Same goes for Shield 5, here is once, and when I use it again, it will throw the shield which will stun the enemy. If you needed even more heals, you can use Elite Mortar Kit instead. And from here, you will have access to Elixir Shell, which is also a very good heal for you and the group. If you needed extra CCs, Personal Battering Ram is very good, and especially that it has 2 charges. And if you will use it, it can only go instead of elixir gun. You never want to switch out the other signets. If you found this guide helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to support the channel and see more guides in the future. And if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below and I will get back to you as soon as possible. I will now leave you with some footage for this build in action. Thank you very much for watching and I will see you in the next guide.